This tutorial I'm going to show you as the administrator of your site or your email accounts how to set up email users. As you recall from our first tutorial, I'm using my personal email address because the Indie Networks is set up slightly different. I go to /mail. I'm going to log in. And I'm going to go ahead and scoot this a little bit. Okay, if you see right up here at the top where it shows my email address where I've logged in, manage this domain. If you do not have that link that said manage this domain right here, then you are not set up as an administrator, and you are going to need to get an account, or need to contact Indie Networks and have us upgrade you to an administrator account. But anyway, I'm over here into this manage domain. There's quite a bit of things you can do with this Google Apps thing, and I would encourage you maybe to explore a little bit, and we will talk about some things in some future tutorials, but right now I want to just cover the bare bones basics of how do we get these users in here. Okay, as you can see, I've got a user information here. I've got 4 users. I can create new users. Let's go into the users that I have right now. You can see I have myself, my kids are in there, and there's Mr. WebDork Deluxe. If you recall from our last tutorial, we set up WebDork. So what I'm going to do is let's go into WebDorks. If Mr. WebDork called me and said, or called as an administrator and said, I cannot get into my email account, I've lost my password, help. You can do this, and you can set this password to anything. You can even just set it to let me in. Google's going to tell you that it's weak, but then what you can do is require a change of password the next sign in. So the next time WebDork signs in, he will have to reset his own password. You can set WebDork up as an administrator, and you will get a pop-up here, and you've given WebDork the same power as you have if you do this. So I would really not recommend doing that unless it's truly somebody that you want to have the power to administrate or to administer your email for your account. Now, another thing I can do is I can add what they call nicknames. What the common term for it is alias, but I can call WebDork WebDunce, and I can add a whole list of those. Just keep on going down there, and then I can also, of course, take them off of here. You can set up groups, and we'll talk about groups in another tutorial. Let's go back to the user list here, and I'm going to add a new user, Joe Schmo, and Joe Schmo is simply going to be Joe at jeffnewman.net. I can set his password for him if we want. Generally, what I would do is just let Google do it. I'm going to create him. I'm not sure why that's taking so long. Okay, and then I will get a screen here that will allow me to either print or email the instructions the very fastest way, assuming that I know Joe Schmo's email address. I just send it to Joe Schmo. Obviously, I can't send it to Joe Schmo at jeffnewman.net because you'll have no way to get it at oldemail.com. These are the instructions that Joe will get. He can log in. He will have a temporary password. He'll have to reset it when he logs in, and they will then have an email account. He can go through some of the other tutorials and figure out how to manage his email. That concludes this tutorial.